Something went wrong, something happened, but I believe now um, it's fine. Okay, let me know if you all can see me taking class here. Is, is audio and video okay? I would like to share. I would continue from this question. Okay, you won't get extra time to do it, but I'll just share that the class is now in session. Okay. So here, this was the first question. Class abruptly end OAC, so we restarted it. So I'll continue from here. Now this one says, uh, I stood watching the sunrise above. Above what? Above the towering tree. Trees mean लंबी लंबी बड़ी trees on the fence. Now fence के ऊपर तो tree उगती नहीं है, right? There is a fence, बाड़ा जिसे हिंदी में बोलते हैं. So it could be, the tree could be over. In fact, I stood watching the sunrise above the trees, and that sun or the trees किसी भी case में फेंस के ऊपर नहीं हो सकते. सो अक्रॉस द फेंस एंड स्लोली मेड माई वे. एक्चुअली यहाँ पर आप आई के लिए भी यूज कर सकते हो, बट इन एनी केस ऑन एज अ प्रपोजिशन इज एब्सोल्युटली रॉन्ग. Okay, and slowly made my way back to the house. A white structure where in the middle of what? Middle of this greenery singular, that's why this. And I could not believe, could के साथ verb का first form, that I was the owner of what? This land, and I was looking at my first crop as a farmer. Everything in bold was, of course, correct. That was to give you a hint where you are supposed to make sure, take help of and make sure that rest of the part goes with that part or not. We'll continue with the second question. You have to answer in the chat here. A, B, C, D, E. Where is the error? If there is no error, then E. Okay, again, we go through the sentence. Here the answer is D. Very good, AJ. When you are sitting on a beach in Goa or even Costa Rica, so names में कभी error नहीं होता है. Making sand castles with someone, so with your kids, without looking how distracted or without worrying. Parallelism is also there. Without looking, without worrying about work related emails. Now this is the clause of when. यहाँ से यहाँ तक when का clause चल रहा है. You let them knows, absolutely wrong. Let always take verb in its first form. Okay, so you let them know that they are important to you and they make you happy. Okay, so let them play, let him do his work, let her go. In all the forms, in where, like wherever you get to see let, उसके साथ verb का first form आएगा. Okay, answer. No error. So all those who got it right. Question regarding parajumbles. How do we judge the right sentence? Is there a thumb rule to predict the flow of para? AJ, have you ever attended my any session earlier? So mostly in all of my sessions, whenever I explain parajumble, I do uh, tell my students how to do it. So it's not a fixed rule, but there are approaches, two, three approaches which you follow that will always help you. So today when we do question, so surprise nahi raha ab isme kuch ki we are going to do a parajumble. I will tell you again what are the things to follow, and then you apply that approach to any and every question that will help you. Okay, so this one the answer is no error. How? Let me tell you. अच्छा, tell me C and D में आपको क्या गलत लगा? So I can help you specifically there. Medically, it has been proven what that laughter, singular, releases. It's a fact. That's why simple present tense है. Physical and emotional stress and leaves. देखो, releases and leaves. Parallelism. You feeling. After feeling, we need an adjective. So feeling how? Relaxed. And helps shift the focus from where? From negative and stressful situations, and more certainly give us what? More certainly adverb ka phrase hai, because we are stressing more on the remaining part of the sentence. Gives us something. What is that? Outlook. Positive and constructive outlook. Everywhere everything is okay. Okay. More certainly helps and okay. So there is a rule. The rule is whenever you use help, okay, after that you use or you can use bare infinitive. Bare infinitive is verb first form without to. Okay, I want to invite you. Okay, after want I am saying to invite, but help ke case mein without to only verb first form is used. Okay, so I help them create a new project. I helped him. I have helped her do this question. तो आपको लगेगा अजीब सुनने में, but that's the rule that goes with the word help. And after help एक और verb अगर आ रहा है, so it will be in verb first form. Okay. More certainly, as I told, it's an adverbial phrase because and gives us something. More certainly is just to stress on what it is giving. Nothing wrong in it. So try to only spot the error. A is the answer. Whoever said that all criticism is bad are living in a fairy tale. Now, whoever, okay, this is a pronoun that is indefinite pronoun. Whoever मतलब कोई भी. So indefinite pronoun somebody, nobody, anyone, whoever, whosoever, all these जो कि किसी X person के लिए stand करते हैं, these are always considered singular. So whoever is my subject. Whoever said what? Criticism is bad. This portion is gonna be separate. Whoever this ever person is, not are, living in a fairy tale world, world where all is well with everyone, and imagine a scenario where kahan there ke saath is only praise, no brickbats, no one to point out your flaws. How boring and stagnant the world would be. So very interesting sentence, something to learn from it, but also a rule: whoever, somebody, nobody, anyone, anybody, anything, all these indefinite pronouns are always singular. Next question. Okay, come on. Answer. Think and answer, but do answer. You're getting enough time. These are little on the lengthier side, but good for practice, no? Answer is B. Many puppy mills dogs. Abhi, we don't know that it's a breed or what, but it is in capital. So I should not be worried about it. And also it is not in my option. So many dogs have never been out of their cages. We are talking about plural, so we are using their. Have never felt, again plural, have never felt grass. Do you feel grass upon your feet? फीट के नीचे होती है ना ग्रास, तो इवन डॉग्स के भी फीट के नीचे होगी. So it's very simple. This is a preposition where you are connecting a noun that is in this position where this is feet and this is grass, right? तो यहाँ पर upon their feet नहीं, under their feet आएगा. Very simple, straightforward error. Never been hugged in a way. Which way? That makes them know what, that they are, this is they are cared for. Care अपने साथ for लेकर चलता है. And by saying no to a pet store, you are saying no to animal cruelty. Okay, so there you go. It was preposition related error. Prepositions connect the word before with the noun after. So always try to check if this is a possible relationship, right? There could be multiple relationships also, like he is on the table, he is inside the table, he is under the table, he is behind the table. की कहीं पर भी हो सकती, पीछे गिर गई, नीचे है, अंदर है, ऊपर है, right? But in this case, grass and feet, feet के नीचे ही होगी grass, right? And that's why this is what you have. Unless and until you have a very creative picture of something, or you know. Let's do double fillers now. सेल्फ एक्सप्लेनेटरी है, क्या करना है क्वेश्चन में, राइट? Okay. We are using and as a connector. Point number one. We want same tone words before and after and. Okay. Harmful, and know why. First of all, calling someone harmful makes no sense, of course, at all. Okay. That is the first thing. But again, we are not going to just go with this word. Anyone who is a novice is a person who doesn't have a lot of experience, a beginner. So what's the point of bringing a negative and positive together this way? डेकोरेटेड, डेकोरेटेड इज जिसको बहुत सारे कॉमेंडेशंस मिले हों. ओके, डेकोरेट इफ इट इज यूज फॉर अ पर्सन, he is the most decorated army officer. So that is something we could have used, but then obese is it relates to physique of someone, वो नहीं बोलेंगे. Mundane, ordinary are synonyms, but extremely mundane बोल दो या ordinary बोल दो, and क्यों लगाना है? Dull and happy are opposite. So clever and studious, got brains, and also she is hardworking in increasing her knowledge, studious. So of course the okay, they will be dash. Now there is something happening. To perform dash tasks that require no skill, always try to take help of one of the blanks made be the second, कि आपको पक्का कोई आंसर पता चल जाए. Okay, so what kind of tasks are these? They require no skill whatsoever. From here you know these tasks are menial, और कोई word आ ही नहीं सकता. Okay, menial means that's the definition, that's the cheat code for you. आंसर आपके सामने लिखा है, require no skill, and that is a menial job, a menial task, है ना? तो यहाँ से you know the answer is E. I'll just take you through the other words. Judicious, just in case किसी को नहीं पता है, so something sensible is judicious. Mammoth is a super huge structure or anything that is huge in size. Intermittent is not continuous, बीच बीच में रुक रुक के disconnected हो रहा है. Marital is related to marriage. Okay, defame is to criticize someone, किसी के नाम को खराब करना, hate करना. To despise, loathe. Instigate is um, to poke someone in a way that you are irritating or annoying someone. Jot is to write down. रिवाइज करते जाओ आप लोग वर्ड्स. Okay, the answer here is B. A prosecutor, if you are familiar with this term, अगर आपने law related या फिर lawsuit related news and all पढ़ी है, you know who is a prosecutor. Okay, the prosecutor in Nashville is accused of say drunk of, written of, hated of, pretended of, किसी के साथ आ ही नहीं सकता. Accused of manipulating evidence. Okay, so evidence was used incorrectly. Okay, maybe faked slightly, उसको हम बोल रहे हैं. Anything जो थका देने वाला होता है, something that will make us tired is tedious. Other words I don't think you need revision of, they were easy words. Next one. The tedious dash of his job already hint hai. Pinnacle is the top point of something. Quirk is that kind of odd nature, odd character that is liked by many. So, though it is odd, though it is strange, it is not something very bad. It is just a quirk, makes you different from other people. So, quirk bhi nahi aayega. Nexus overture again tedious की बात हो रही है, right? Something जो कि थकाने वाला है. Just now I told you this word. So if I talk about overture, it is kind of opening of something, किसी चीज के जहाँ से आप आगे जाके move करेंगे. And nexus is a point जहाँ पर सारी चीजें जुड़ रही हैं. It's a connecting point, a connecting dot. So the tedious monotony of his job, being monotonous, being same every day, did not deter him. Rokna. Deter is to stop someone from doing something, but this thing did not stop him from being innovative. I think baki words easy. Ponder is to think deeply upon something. Quench is to it's like when somebody is very thirsty और उसको हम उसकी प्यास उसकी थर्स्ट के लिए वी आर वर्किंग आउट दैट उसको बुझा रहे हैं तो क्वेंच करना वो होता है. Okay. Ritvik, ponder the question of what. See, there is a question here hidden in the sentence. So it is not an example, peace, loss, or disorder. और बाकी कोई word ऐसा है नहीं. So now we are going to do para-jumble. Para-jumble, as I mentioned earlier. Okay, not para-jumble first. First, we are going to do some connectors question, and then we will do para-jumble. A video game and a toy car kept him busy. And in the same duration of time, there is another thing happening. They worked and talked. So, of course, probably these are the parents. So, the baby is busy. In the same time period, they have this other thing going on. So, that's how it is. While se judega. While also connects two things which are in contrast and two things जो कि parallel चल रही हैं. Okay, it has various uses. Ritik, the strategy is to be quick, not to lose time. To we expect. Okay, let students complete this question. I'll get back to you. Okay. Okay. You can finish your homework on time. You can watch the television. Now, provided and provided for both are used when provided for थोड़ा less use होता है. Provided that, not for, sorry. So these are used whenever you want to present a condition. You finish your homework on time, you can watch the television. There is a condition. First you finish. So provided you finish your homework on time. The instruction here says connect them by choosing the word given below the statements in the best possible way without changing the intended meaning. So you first of all don't have this hard and fast rule that you have to make sure the sequence is maintained. या प्रोवाइडेड पहले आएगा फर्स्ट वाले के पहले. तो यू कैन वॉच द टेलीविजन प्रोवाइडेड यू फिनिश योर होमवर्क ऑन टाइम. Second, first sentence will come after the second one. Lest, should के साथ lest यूज होता है. They feared to spare him lest he should report. Lest and should together they are used in the sense where ऐसा ना हो कि, in Hindi we say ना ऐसा ना हो कि ऐसा ऐसा हो जाए. So here is lest because there is something they are fearing. They fear to spare him and there is a reason. There is something otherwise that could happen. So lest he should. Lest will come before the second one. Why not sooner in the first one? Komal, I'll get back to you. Ritik. Okay, yeah. I was just thinking to finish the question first, but I'll definitely answer you. No sooner, because no sooner is used in the case when you have one thing immediately happening after the other. So that's the kind of connection. Now, this is nowhere giving me the hint that the child has to do both of the things, and that's why no sooner cannot be used. Talking about strategy, before we go ahead, quickly listen to me carefully. Couple of points you have to keep in mind. We expect two RCs, okay, in your exam. RCs में वो वाले question, those questions that are based on synonym antonyms or any word idiom based question, do them first, okay, and do the standalone questions first. Questions that require reading, understanding, and then answering. Long questions of RC, you do it later. You don't have a lot of time. 40 questions are there. You have like 25 minutes around to complete your English section. So try to do only those questions from RC on which you are confident, and remaining other questions, single questions like right now you have on the screen, उसको अच्छे से करके आओ. Okay, follow that. Next one. She stays in the room, her baby can't fall asleep. Okay, now this is something which where we have short sentences, but which gives us more interpretations than we could think of. So see, you cannot have C or D. You just need to give me one answer, guys. She stays in the room. So let's take a very basic scenario here. Okay, let's not think too deep into it. She stays in the room unless her baby can't fall asleep. Okay, तो यहाँ पे condition है unless के साथ है. But if you use unless, will you use can't? We will remove it. So she stays in the room unless her baby falls asleep. आप connect कर रहे हो ना दोनों को? You are using unless. So you cannot use another negation in the second part, right? Next one. This is super simple, guys. Come on, please don't take this much time for this simple question. Answer is C. Even though Michelle is severely hurt, comma, she went to the office to complete the project. These are two things. She's hurt, severely hurt. She's supposed to take a rest, but she went. So even though is the only one option जो contrast को बताता है. That's my answer. Now there you go. This is your para jumble. 5 sentences are to be arranged. Try it. First you send your answer here and then I will explain you how you are supposed to do such questions and what should be the right approach. ठीक है? Please start doing. Arrange A, B, C, D, E into a paragraph. Para jumble बोलते हैं इसे. In case you don't know, there has to be a logical connection in your arrangement. You can check by the time I'm giving you, 30-40 seconds more are there. So I'm showing you the answer. Before that, you can change your answer if you want. Okay, listen to me very carefully. As I always say, I'll say it again. This is a differentiator question. Okay, it will create a difference between those getting selected and those not, because not everyone is going to do this correctly. Who do it correctly, learn how to do it correctly. Answer is B, D, E, A, C. Okay, I don't understand why didn't you consider B to be the first one. What is the problem? Couple of things keep in mind. How is the approach? Understand. First, inverted pyramid. Broad information goes first, then we narrow down to specific things. Second, make pairs and then bring those pairs together for your final answer. Then, as you read, try to identify the first sentence and also mark some keywords that will help you connect one sentence with another one. So, let's see now. In the new century, under nutrition and anemia continue to be major problems. So we are talking about in the new century, there are under nutrition and anemia, these are major problems. There has been rise in overnutrition in women in all segments of the population, and you get specific details. You get the name of the problems, you get how it has been, you get the places where people struggle the more. Stop. It cannot be directly the first sentence before you read B, C, D, E. From time immemorial. कैसे कहानी शुरू करते हैं हम? Once upon a time, a long, long time ago. This is almost the same thing. From time immemorial, that means long back, since long back, it has been recognized that ये it temporary subject है. It is not the pronoun that is used for some other noun here. It is not that kind of a pronoun. It is a temporary subject. It has been recognized that women, especially pregnant and lactating women, from one of the vulnerable segments of the population from nutritional point of view. Okay? तो यहाँ पर हम जो बात कर रहे हैं, ये जो चीज़ है पहले इंट्रोड्यूस कर रहे हैं, which category of women we are talking about. So definitely B will come first. The rise in overnutrition. See, overnutrition is mentioned where? Here, at the end of or second half of A. Now we are continuing to talk about overnutrition. So we have a strong pair which is A and C. It is associated with whatsoever. D बोलता है low dietary intake, repeated pregnancy, lactation, infections were major factors responsible for anemia and undernutrition. Now we are getting two specific names of the problems undernutrition and anemia, जो कि A में mentioned है. So of course D will come somewhere before A. एकदम पहले नहीं आएगा, but somewhere before A. Undernutrition and anemia in pregnant women is a major factor. Okay, this is the introduction. So of course, before talking about in the new century, they continue to be. तो continue हो रहे तो पहले कब थे? It should exist before, then it is continuing. So first we need to talk about its existence. BDE, we talk about what is happening in the past, time immemorial, things have been happening. A may now we talk about the present day situation, and C may we are continuing this overnutrition problem that is in C. I hope you're understanding it now. Connection समझ में आया? So there is a logic that flows. If you have, let's say, out of 5 sentences, 3 sentences talk about how it used to be, and 2 sentences they talk about what it is going on in the present time. आप पहले past की बातों को बोलोगे. You will first talk all about past, how it was, how it used to be, and then you move to the present timeline. So timeline is one of the factors based on which we can arrange. Not always, but most of the time it will help you. Okay, now we will quickly do a cloze test. Okay, please start doing it. You have 5 blanks. You should be reading this para first along with blanks, and then you have to answer. We will do them back to back, and then I will explain. Okay, so please start working on it. So I'll quickly explain. There is a telecommunication crisis brewing in India. Brewing is something that has started bubbling with some energy, some activities. It is entering into a process. So that's why brewing. Pampering is to love someone, बहलाना थोड़ा सा, not बहलाना, प्यार करना, पुचकारना. That is called pampering. Profaning is profane adjective is something which is not religious. As a verb, it means to defile. किसी चीज को गंदा करना, pollute करना, taint करना. Oscillating is going from one point to other back and like a swing action. That is oscillating. यहाँ पर brewing ही था जो आ सकता था. Okay. Yes, Anurag, I definitely plan to do that. Yes, you can make a request. Please let me know. I just have 5 minutes to end the session because there is another class at 2. So I'm quickly going to take you through the words. Post your doubts here. Then we are saying connect your home or office to a telecommunication provider, and that is rotten. Again, understand. The infrastructure at the last mile is dash. Now there is a crisis going on. All over tone is negative. This is very important. That's why I asked you to read before you start attempting. This is a closed test, so context of the whole para is very important. Now, this infrastructure can be strong. Infrastructure can be productive also, but we don't want a positive word. Positive use ही नहीं कर सकते. So it is rotten. It has gone weak, and that's why we are talking about a crisis that has we are now we have started seeing. That's why rotten word यहाँ पर आएगा. I hope now you are understanding why rotten is correct here. Anything that is ostentatious is very gaudy, vulgar, loud, fancy है पर it's not that good and soothing to look at. तो यहाँ पे ostentatious नहीं use हो सकता. Nascent is just a beginning, a budding thing, a developing thing. Then we are saying this most widely used medium, twisted copper wires owned mostly by BSNL, are largely old and inadequate. Because they are old, again negative tone throughout the para we see, so they are not enough, inadequate. We cannot talk about significance because they are owned mostly by BSNL, MTNL, large companies, big names. So they are old, and at this point the amount of it or the quantity of it is not as what we want. That's what we are talking about, the technical point. That's why insignificant नहीं आएगा. Everlasting भी नहीं आ सकता. बाकी वर्ड ऐसे कुछ है नहीं समझाने के लिए. Since very few telcos are putting fresh copper in the ground. Okay, copper है, we are talking about wires. Copper wires यहाँ पे पहले ही mentioned है. So wires cannot be cancelled. See, they are, since very few telcos are insulating fresh copper in the ground, you can insulate copper wires but not in the ground. That's why insulating नहीं आएगा. Defame is to insult someone. No, ये भी नहीं आ सकता. And the fifth one. Sure, I'm going to take more questions on sentence rearrangement. I think you're talking about parajumble, Anurag. And Pratinav, if you can ask your doubt. At present, barely 10% of them are equipped with. ये तो with से बिल्कुल सिंपल हो जाता है. अगर with है, blank के बाद कोई भी preposition है, take full advantage of it. So you are not mocking, मजाक नहीं उड़ा रहे हैं, hate नहीं कर रहे हैं, हिला कर नहीं रख दे रहे हैं. So of course there is this with, and that's why we are talking about equipped with. Okay, something has some strengths जो उसमें ingrained है, तो equipped with का use होता है. So that's it for today's session, and we will continue these classes 1 to 2 p.m. Monday to Saturday. We are focusing on IRDAI. Soon I will take PYQs also. So PYQs भी हम करेंगे. As of now we are practicing in a wholesome manner. Grammar भी हो जाए, understanding comprehension की practice भी हो जाए, vocab की practice भी हो जाए. Along with practice you get to revise things as well. So that's what we are focusing upon. Okay. I will look into the matter. I'm not sure what exactly happened. They might have some reason to do it, but whatever you have requested, I will convey this thing to the team for sure. Okay, I'll ask them to look into it, what happened, and if your request could be fulfilled, definitely we will work upon it. So I'll meet you tomorrow, guys. Take care. Bye bye. 1 to 2 p.m. English class. Okay.